I'm going to walk you through 5 specific IT mistakes that almost every business makes that cost you money, leak your sensitive data, and waste hours of your time. You'll see how to fix your hardware strategy, why DIY email setup is likely illegal or insecure, and how to finally stop you from being the company's accidental IT support guy. But the most dangerous trap I'll show you how to fix is related to something you use every single day, one that without realizing could erase your entire business's history in seconds. Before we get onto that, the first mistake is something I see in almost every startup I visit, and it creates an immediate divide in the company culture. It's the hardware double standard. Here's a scenario. You walk into a meeting, the founder, that's you, is sitting there with a top spec laptop, £2,000 MacBook Pro. You bought it because you need speed, reliability and quality to run your business. You treat it like a professional, but then you look at your first employee, they are tapping away on a £300 plastic laptop bought from some high street store. You didn't do this to be malicious. You did it because you don't have an IT partner to guide you. You looked at the shelf and you saw a cheap laptop and thought, that will do the job. You don't know that the processor they need or how much RAM is required for their specific workload, so you guess. But 6 months later, that cheap laptop is complete junk. It's freezing, crashing and slowing down. You've created a situation where you are sprinting and they are running through mud. You need to treat your team members as you treat yourself. If you expect them to deliver professional results, they need professional tools. Everyone should be on a device that's adequate for the work they need to do. But that is very hard to execute when you're the one browsing Amazon at midnight, guessing specs because you don't have an expert on your side. And this leads us to the second issue. When you buy a consumer grade laptop, you aren't just buying slow hardware, you're buying a lack of control. When you buy a computer off the shelf from a consumer store, it comes with the home version of the software, Windows Home for example. The problem is that home software is designed for independence. It resists being managed. As a business owner, you cannot centrally manage that device. You can't enforce security policies. You can't remotely wipe it if it gets lost or stolen. This gets even scarier if you let your employees use their own personal laptops. The bring your own device nightmare. If an employee is working on their own personal machine and they leave your company, especially if they leave on bad terms, they walk out the door with your client list, your trade secrets and your intellectual property sitting on their hard drive, and there's nothing you can do about it. You don't own the device. You cannot control the operating system. You've just handed your business secrets to somebody who might be working for your competitor next week. Real business grade hardware allows you to wrap a security blanket around that machine. It lets you say, this is a company property and the data stays here. This lack of control bleeds right into the next mistake, and this one comes in 2 flavors. It's the email trap. The first flavor is the obvious one, a free Yahoo, Hotmail or Gmail address. We've all seen it, plumberdave88 at yahoo.com. It looks unprofessional, but there's a real danger there. You don't own that account. Yahoo does, Google does. They can suspend it tomorrow and you will lose every invoice contact you've ever sent. But there's a second sneaker trap that catches many smart business owners. You might say, well, I have a proper domain. I have Dave at myplumbingbusiness.com. That's great, but who's hosting it? Many small businesses set up their email using the free service that comes bundled with their website hosting. It's free, it's easy, and it looks professional on a business card. But because you set it up yourself or had a web designer do it, you're likely missing the critical security configurations that modern email requires. I'm talking about 3 acronyms, SPF, DKIM and DMARC. I won't bore you with the technical definitions, but here's what they do. They tell the rest of the internet that you are who you say you are. Without these 3 settings configured correctly, Google and Microsoft will treat your emails as suspicious. You might be sending important contracts or invoices, but they aren't landing in your client's inbox. They're going straight to the spam folder. You think your clients are ignoring you. They aren't. They just never saw the email. And because you don't have an IT partner monitoring this, you won't know it's happening until you lose the deal. Whether it's a free Yahoo account or a badly configured domain name, the result is the same. You're shouting into the void. Now, speaking of things that seem safe but aren't, let's talk about the third mistake. This one is terrifying because almost everyone gets it wrong until they have a disaster. It's confusing file sync with data backup. You probably use Google Drive, OneDrive or Dropbox. You put a file in the folder, it gets uploaded to the cloud and you think, great, my data is safe, it's backed up. I need you to listen closely. Sync is not backup. Sync is designed to make sure whatever happens on your laptop happens in the cloud instantly. That is a feature, but it's also the thing that people get confused. If a disgruntled employee drags your entire client projects folder into the trash, the sync tool sees that action and says, okay, let's delete that from the cloud, and poof, it's gone. Or worse, imagine you get hit by ransomware. A virus encrypts all the files on your computer. The sync tool sees those changes and instantly syncs the corrupted, encrypted versions to the cloud. Now your backup is just infected as your laptop. You're locked out of everything. A real backup is different. A real backup is what we call immutable. It takes a snapshot of your data and locks it away separately. It doesn't care if you delete the file on your computer. The backup copy remains untouched. It allows you to go back in time. You can say, restore my entire company to how it looked yesterday at 9 a.m. And it happens. If you're relying solely on Google Drive or OneDrive to save your business from disaster, you're driving a car without an airbag. You won't know it's missing until you crash, and by then it's too late. This leads us directly into the fourth mistake, which is a mindset issue. We are too small to be targeted fallacy. I hear this from founders all the time. Why would a hacker target me? I'm just a small business in Bromsgrove. I'm not a bank. I'm not a massive corporation. I have nothing worth stealing. Here's the brutal truth. Hackers do not care who you are. The day of a guy in a hoodie specifically targeting your company are mostly over. Today's cybercrime is automated. It is run by bots. These bots essentially are scripts that crawl the internet 24/7, rattling every doorknob they find. They are scanning for unpatched software, weak passwords, and open ports. They don't care if you're a Fortune 500 company or a two-person bakery. If the door is open, they'll walk in. In fact, small businesses are actually preferred targets. They are the low-hanging fruit. You have bank accounts, credit cards, data, and customer information, but you don't have the multi-million-pound security teams that a bank does. One ransomware attack can bankrupt a small business instantly. It's not just the ransom, it's the reputational damage. How do you explain to your client that you leaked their data because you didn't think they were important enough to secure it? Obscurity is not security. You need to get proactive about this, no matter how small you are. Now let's shift gears to a mistake that isn't about danger, but it's about speed. This is about how you work every day. Mistake number 5 is defaulting to Microsoft Office just because it's a brand name. There's an old saying in the IT world, nobody gets fired for buying IBM. It means playing it safe. And for a lot of businesses, buying Microsoft 365 is just a reflex. But you have to ask yourself, is the standard actually the best fit for a fast-moving, agile scale-up? Microsoft is powerful, sure, but it's also legacy software. It's built on decades-old code and old ways of working. Files, folders, desktops, apps, version 1, version 2, final version, edit.real.docs. For many modern businesses, Google Workspace is a far superior engine for growth. Google is cloud native. It was built on the internet, not adapted for it. The collaboration is seamless. You don't email files back and forth. You work in the same document at the same time with your team. It is faster, it is lighter, and it removes the friction of admin from your workflow. If you're building a remote-first, high-speed culture, don't just blindly buy Microsoft because it's what you know. You might be paying for a legacy brand name that actually slows you down when a competitor using Google is outpacing you. And this brings us to the final and perhaps most critical mistake. This is the mistake that usually causes all the others we have just talked about. It's failing to partner with an IT support provider. It is the trap of accidental IT manager. When you start out, money is tight. I get it. You think, I can handle the IT. I know how to reset a password. I can set up a printer. So you do it all yourself. But then you hire 5 people, then 10. Suddenly, you aren't just resetting passwords. You're trying to figure out why the Wi-Fi keeps dropping, how to onboard new staff, and which laptop to buy so you don't waste money on junk. And because you're busy running your business, you dump this on somebody else. Usually it's the office manager, or maybe your operations lead. Let's look at what is actually happening here. You are taking a highly paid, talented person, someone you hire to do finance or HR or operations, and you are forcing them to spend hours a week wrestling with printer drivers. They hate it. They aren't trained for it, so they solve problems slowly and badly. And while they're doing that, they aren't actually doing the high value work that you're actually paying them for. This is the hidden cost of internal IT. You think you're saving money by not hiring an IT partner, but you're actually burning money on lost productivity and potential burnout. Your office manager didn't sign up to do tech support. If you had an IT partner, none of these mistakes will be happening. We stop you from buying the wrong hardware. We configure your email so it actually arrives. We ensure your backups are actually backing up. So look at your business right now. Are you guilty of hardware double standards? Are your emails going to spam because of bad settings? Are you letting your office manager drown in IT tickets? If you're nodding your head, we need to fix this before it becomes a crisis. You don't have to overhaul everything overnight, but you do need a plan. And the best place is to start by knowing exactly where you stand. I've put a link in the description below to book a quick strategy call with me at Kimbley IT. We can look at your current setup, no judgment, and identify the red flags before they turn into fires. And if you're still worried about that sync is not backup trap I mentioned earlier, you need to look at this next video that I've made. I break down exactly how to layer a real backup solution on top of tools like Google Drive and Dropbox. It's a hybrid approach that gives you speed of the cloud with the safety of immutable backups. Click right here, the video will be somewhere on the screen. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and you'll see me there.